All right, folks, we are early in the throes of Mafia the Old Country. We are in the middle of a mission right now behind me. I just wrapped up a 4-hour stream. It's time for my early thoughts video. If you don't know how my review process works, the way I usually do things is I'll do an early thoughts video after the first stream, followed up by an initial review after 20 to 25 hours played, and then a final review whenever I finish the game. This is the first one. So we've been going for a few hours, and yeah, let's chat a little bit. This has been pretty damn good. I knew going into this that I was going to have a lot of fun with this. I have not played previous entries in the Mafia franchise, but when I first saw the preview footage for this a couple years back, maybe, I remember looking at this going, "Oh, this looks like Red Dead Redemption 2, but set in the Sicilian countryside." And then as time went on, I was like, "Oh, there's also like looks like a little bit of the Indiana Jones, the Great Circle DLC." Now that I've had some time to have hands-on over the past 4 hours playing through the game, it's definitely like Red Dead Redemption 2 style. Um, Lots of cool action interspersed with, I would say it's probably like, based on what I've seen so far, it's about 50% gameplay and 50% cinematics, which I am 100% on board with because the cinematics are absolutely phenomenal. It's got an amazing cast. The motion capture is great. The cinematics are amazing. The world building in this game is probably the main takeaway that I have in terms of the attention to detail, and especially as like when we've been riding through the countryside on our horse, there's like the sound design where like the sounds of the hoofbeats on cobblestone versus dirt versus going off into the grass, and then you'll hear like if you go into the bushes, excuse me, you'll hear like the bushes, against your legs and against the legs of your horse and stuff. So the sound design in this game has been absolutely phenomenal. And then getting into the gameplay, you kind of the core of this is your knife. Like you'll well, it's not just your knife though; it's your knife and your guns. And I'm still early on in the game, so I haven't had a lot of chance to fully specialize all my weapons yet, or to customize all these things. But back at your home base, there's a room where you can go, where you can customize your character, the look of your character, all your different outfits. There's lots of different ways that you can customize the look of your character, but you can also customize your knife, and then you can upgrade your weapons and buy different weapons. And there's a whole bunch of stuff here. There's also this charm system, which allows you to get like different things to modify your gameplay a little bit. Think of these as like perks. So far I've been using this one because it gives me more denarii, which I can use to buy other things, which I haven't actually used yet because I haven't had a chance because the game has been so nonstop action oriented, that I've just been going mission to mission to mission, and like, oh my god, this is crazy. Um, but it's a it's a pretty cool. I love the way they've done the map. But this is I just love the way it transitions to that mountain, to that volcano. We've been working. We're in chapter 4 right now. Um, there's missions. There's like you get a camera and you could take pictures. Um, there's all these different things that you can gather for collections. So a lot of the stuff you're familiar with from other games is here. I wouldn't say that they're necessarily they're not like there's nothing like groundbreaking in terms of the gameplay here. This is fairly standard third-person gameplay. You use a variety of weapons, but primarily you're going to be using your knife when it comes to there's like these one-to-one confrontations that you're going to have with like bosses, and those are always knife fights. And so there's like 3 different types of knives that you can have that I've seen so far. Each one does something slightly different, and there are upgradable versions of the knives. So right now I have at my disposal, I have my knife, which is here, and I have right now my pistol, which is here, and then I picked up, when I was fighting some bad guys earlier, I picked up this shotgun. So we have a camp down below us. I'm supposed to, well, we're about to infiltrate this camp, and so it kind of looks like we have the option to go through and do what we want. Now, here's the thing I will say. some people out there get triggered when they have to play a game that has forced stealth. And I will say that there have been some missions in this game. It doesn't bother me anyway because I'm okay with that because this is the game that they've designed. But if you've ever played like this or Indiana Jones: The Great Circle or say early Star Wars Outlaws, there are some missions in this game where you are required to avoid detection. That's the point of the mission. Whereas other missions like this one, you're just expected to find your way to a certain point and you sort of have the freedom to do what you want. So I could go into this stealthy, which is what I'll end up doing when we come back for the next stream, or I could go into this mission guns blazing and go. You find ammo along the way, you find bandages along the way, you find weapons along the way. You can also have main weapons that you purchase outside of these combat missions. So there's a lot of flexibility and lots of things to do here. There's also horses that you can buy. You can have a stable of horses. Different horses have different ranks of. It just appears to be speed boosts. So you could spur your horse on to make him run faster, and the higher level horses have more spurring ability, so you could spur it on for longer. I've been able to drive a car. Like the mission just before this, we were driving a car around, which was quite insane to be honest with you. The music has been great. The animal effects, like honestly, it's an extremely immersive game, and I have nothing bad to say out of the gate about this thing for my initial 4 hours playing it. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. The one thing I will say, and I know that someone is going to pick up on it, so the first mission that you play when you're in the mines, um, it definitely felt like there were some performance issues in the mines where your character starts off, but I have not seen those issues once I got out into the open world. I started playing the game in quality mode on the Xbox Series X, and I immediately noticed that the frames were, it was definitely, there were some struggle moments, and I was like, I'm just going to put it in performance mode because my eyes, because I play long sessions, my eyesight definitely struggles a bit when I'll get eye strain if I try to play a game when it has low frame rate. So I moved it into performance mode. Still noticed some slight hitching in that early slaver camp area in the mines, but once I got out of the mines and got into the open world, like this, the performance has been fine on performance mode, and it still looks great on performance mode. Um, so yeah, I've been having a great time. I think the only thing that has me, and I don't even want to say that it's concerning for me, but I know it is a concern for some people, which is that the rumors going around about this game are that it is very short. I've heard anything from 10 to 15 hours is the average expected playtime depending on your chosen difficulty level. Now, I'm playing it on story mode, and I'm not necessarily shooting for completionist. I am exploring the zones as I come across them. So I don't know what my final playthrough is going to be. If it's short of 20 hours, of course, we won't end up doing an initial review. We'll just skip straight to the final review. So I'm not sure about the length of the game yet, but I have seen across social media most people saying it's very short. And I know for people who are worried about spending $50 on something, that may be a consideration. I can't confirm that yet because I'm only about 4 hours in and I don't know how long the game actually is. So I will obviously let everybody know once I wrap it up. But I do know that is a concern for some people is the length of time. Now for me, I'm definitely of the mindset that as long as the game gives me an entertaining 10 to 15 hours of gameplay, I'm okay with whatever the cost is. Perfect example would be Space Marine 2, which I bought the gold edition of for like $120 just so that I could pre-own all of the DLCs and have everything available. And I don't care about the multiplayer part of that campaign. I just wanted to play the single-player campaign, which was 12 hours long. So I essentially spent $120 on a 12-hour campaign, plus future stuff that's coming in the pipeline. Not everyone is in the position where they can afford to just throw money at games that are short. A lot of people want to get lots of bang for their buck. So my advice to everyone is always, as long as the bang for your buck is the entertainment value and not the playtime value, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this. I have been extremely satisfied with the first 4 hours of this game. It has been a non-stop action-packed adventure. I love everything I've seen so far. I've got an additional video which I'm going to push live to YouTube here in a bit, which is talking about how I felt like the early stages of this game were like the beginnings of a really awesome Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So stay tuned for that video as well. But in the meantime, I gotta get back to it because I've got more of this to play over the weekend. We're taking a quick break right now so I can do some chores and stuff, but I'll be back with more Mafia Little Country. And of course, I play a lot of other games. This is the day job, so make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, so you never miss an update. And I will see everybody in the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.